Hey, welcome back. Today I wanted to share with you how to do a reverse canvas all on your own. Basically it's just really taking the canvas that you might have and flipping it. But before we get started, do not forget to press the subscribe button so you can follow along as I do mini home decor and DIYs. All right, so this is an old canvas that I had. We did a paint and sip night at home and my picture did not turn out that well. So I said, let me see if I can use the other side of the canvas. I had a hard time prying off the staples on the back, so then I came up with a way just to scrape it along because it's kind of like a linen fabric. You could see I hurt my finger there trying to pry them up, so I'm just scraping along and ripping because you're not going to use the whole length of the canvas when you're done, and the front side has less staples, so I only had to remove a couple on the front, which are at each corner, and I don't think they're really there for support. I don't really know why they're there, but they're there. But okay, so once I did that, and you pick whether you do front or back, you pick what side you want, and you can just paint it. You can do a wood stain or you can do whatever, but I painted it. So my inspiration for this is this Pottery Barn type artwork that I did see and I did love, but it was $400 for it. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can do this myself. And the backing of that one does have like a linen type fabric, which would be the same thing as a canvas. So for mine, what I'm going to use is just circular paper. You know, the paper that comes in the mail and they show you all the good deals for the week, what have you and stuff. So I'm just doing that. I made sure it was like double the size of what I wanted to be inside of the frame there. And then I just cut like a kind of curved shape because you want the bottom part to be the widest. And then I folded it in half, and from the middle I just did like kind of an accordion fan type folding, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I did all my pieces at one time. You can do them separately. You can do each side separately, like fold it open and do each side separately. But this was the easiest way that I found. And as long as you press down real good and make sure that each crease is nice and crisp, you shouldn't have any problems. And so I just did that back and forth until I was done. And then when you're done, you should be able to open it up and you should have basically the better part of your leaf. So you're trying to create like a palm leaf there, what have you and stuff. And when you're done with that, then you're just going to push in the bottoms, making sure you're keeping all your creases the same, and then you can finish it out however you want. With my bottom, because I didn't need a stem or anything like that, I just finished it off with tape when I was done with mine. But before I went on to that, I wanted it to look, even though it's made out of paper, I wanted it to look kind of like an actual leaf. So I'm just cutting in little slits in the creases that are going to be facing down so that it's not so fake looking, you know, even though it's going to be painted golden black, so I don't think leaves are that color, but still just to give it that look. And the Pottery Barn one did have that type look too. And then you can see there I'm finishing off the end with just tape to help it keep its shape and making sure all the creases again are nice and crisp before I go on to the next part. So I did cut the slits, but they weren't as defined as I would like them. So on every couple of slits, not every one, I'm just going to cut a little triangle type shape, not too big, but just so that you can see from across the way, you can see that they look like little actual leaves, and you can see the slits in them. So when you do it just the straight slits, you don't see them that much, but when you cut those extra little triangles, you'll be able to see more of the slits. And that's basically it for that part. And then I went in with a metallic spray paint and a matte spray paint for the black, and I just spray painted them. They only really needed one coat, but you have to make sure that you get into the creases because part of it there, the crease wasn't there. So I had to just coat it again, and then I decided where I want to place it. And then you can see my bad work from my paint and sip. So this was the painting that I did and didn't like. So that was the front side of the old canvas. So now I'm just stapling along the back side to get the old backside to the front. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically you're just going to staple along whichever side you choose to be the backside, trim off any excess, and then you basically just, it's like making a frame. So you just made a frame for it to sit as opposed to the canvas, which is usually pulled over and in the back. And then I decided where I wanted to place the leaves at, And once I decided that, then I hot glued them down. And this looks very high end for relatively no money, because I had the old canvas, because it was something, like I said, that I didn't like. And then the paper circulars come in the mail. I had to spray paint around the house and always keep, hot glue. And so that's it for that. And then once you glue it down, then you will make sure when you're gluing it down that you don't press in again your creases, because this is paper, so it's not super strong, so you don't want to flatten it out. But once you're done with that, you decide how you're going to hook it in the back. I just use string and staple that down, and then that's it. And you have a dang near $400 piece for next to nothing. If you liked, please give it a big old thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.